Hi YouTube, it's Tana and Charlie. There are only 14, let me check, 14 days. 14 days till my little girl turns 1, and I am so excited. I feel like I can't even wrap my head around it. But today I thought that I would talk to you guys about our breastfeeding journey. Huh? Char. You like to... Charlie, you like to boo-boos? You like to nurse? Yeah. Charlie is a nursey baby. She loves to nurse, and I could not wish for a better bond with her than I have. Hi. I'm talking to you two. You want to say hi? Say hi. Oh goodness, I won't focus on you. Oh yeah? What are you doing? Anyways, so weird. Our breastfeeding journey. I kind of would start out from when I was pregnant. I was part of this group, and a lot of them would talk about like, you know, part of a group that was like the same, like October birthing moms of 2013 or whatever, when Charlie's due date was. And they were all talking about how they were leaking and like all the breastfeeding moms, and I always, like, from the moment I got pregnant, had a huge fear that I wouldn't be able to breastfeed Charlie. And it was something I wanted so badly. And so throughout my pregnancy, I never leaked. I think maybe once I did, like, the entire time I was pregnant. And I was so afraid that I just wouldn't be able to. That I was like, oh, I must not produce milk. I'm not leaking, so that must mean that. And that is 100% not true. Then when Charlie was born early, I was terrified again because I thought, well, she isn't supposed to be here yet, so my body doesn't know that I'm supposed to be making milk yet, because I thought that your body just like, oh, you're pregnant for 40 weeks and then you get milk. And so I was so afraid that I wouldn't be able to. And then when she was in the NICU, they gave her formula because she was so small and she had to have extra calorie counts. And so I was afraid that she wouldn't be able to. And so from the moment I was in my hospital room, before I even saw Charlie once, I pumped. Because I was like, I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to have that bond, and I was not going to give up. So I did, and I was so ecstatic over like this much colostrum, and I was like, something's happening. I got like 4 drips. I'm so excited. And like, I was so excited. And then I came down again because we were in the NICU, and she kept having to have a nose tube. I mean, an NG tube. And I couldn't wrap my head around, I was never going to be able to put her to breast. And finally, when I did, she wouldn't take. She wouldn't go to it, and so we had to try a couple different nipple shields and tricking her by using a syringe while she was at the breast at the same time. And then for a while, we had to just feed her through the NG tube, but still have her breast so she thinks she's getting something and she's getting that full feeling. And but I didn't give up, and I refused to give up because I wanted it so bad. And slowly but surely things came to. I would spend all day at the hospital with her, all day, and I would follow their schedule, and I would put her to breast every 2 hours, and every time she woke up, she slept a lot when she was in the NICU. And then I would pump. I would sit in their pumping room when she was sleeping, and I would just power pump 20 minutes an hour, 20 minutes on, an hour off, 20 minutes on, an hour off, and I would nurse her in between then. And eventually I got insane supply. It was awesome. I would get 10 ounces at a time when I was pumping, and it was amazing. And my milk came in, and I was so proud of myself. And with the help of the lactation consultant and the nurses at the NICU, I was able to do it. Eventually, when Charlie was transferred to the special care nursery, there was some concern because she had very high bilirubin levels. She had really bad jaundice. And they said that sometimes when you are a breastfeeding mom, you don't produce enough of the right, I think vitamin D, right amount of stuff to be able to help her levels go down. And so I was scared, and they were talking about supplementing, and I was like, no, I think we can do it. Just, give me a shot. Give me a couple days to get her all evened out and get her some more of that, some more of those cannon lights, huh? And eventually she did, and every time they considered supplementing, I was like, you guys, let me try. And I stood my ground, and I didn't give up, and it was miserable at first. I mean, I was exclusively pumping for a while, and I was cracked and bleeding, and it was hard, and I cried every time, but I didn't give up. And if I can say one thing about breastfeeding and breastfeeding advice, is don't give up, because it sucks at first, but there's no exchange in the world I would make for the bond that I have with my daughter. Now, don't get me wrong, I would have that same bond if I formula fed her, because it's just knowing that you're giving your child strength. If I had to exclusively pump the whole time, I would have had that same bond with her. So I'm not, if you formula feed, that's the choice you made, and that's great. I don't think that that's a bad decision, but something inside of me told me that I wanted to breastfeed, and I wasn't going to give it up. And now here we are. I almost have earned my golden boobies. I have almost breastfed Charlie for an entire year. And I cherish those times, those naps, those little nursling cuddles. Because then, in those moments, it's just her and I. And it's just knowing that, I was able to do something that I so strongly believed I wouldn't be able to. So, I guess really what I'm saying is, if you want to breastfeed, don't give up. And to everybody who thinks breastfeeding is gross, you have issues. Because it's beautiful, and it's fortitude for a small being that relies 100% on you. It's what our bodies as women were made to do. And if anybody could think that is gross, then I don't understand. What is the difference when you see a woman nursing in public than seeing a woman on a beach in a string bikini? Like, there is nothing. You're not seeing anything more. So before you criticize a mom who is nursing in public, just think, what is she doing? She's feeding her child. You can't see her nipple. And if she wasn't feeding her child, and you're a man who, is into women's body, 9 out of 10 times I'd say you want to see her nipples. So, don't say anything rude, because to a mom, I've been criticized a few times for nursing out in public, and it only makes me feel terrible about myself. And it only makes every other woman feel terrible about themselves. So don't do it. But to bring the mood back up, yay, I've almost nursed Charlie for an entire year. And there's been down times, but then there's been up times. I've gotten nipped a few times. And I've gotten snuggles all the time. So that's exciting. Huh, baby? You love your boob-boob? Num-num. Charlie's really cute. When she wants to nurse now, she goes boob-boob. Boob-boob. Yeah. I love you. Charlie, are you excited to turn 1? Anyways, guys, with that being said, today is day 14 until Charlie turns 1, and I hope you guys liked my little story about our breastfeeding adventure. And, you know, I suppose I should talk about our future plans, which are I will let Charlie self-wean. Really, I'd imagine she'd stop before she's 2, but if she would like to go farther than that, I would let her. I mean, I'm not going to sit in the middle of a field and say, hey, honey, how's soccer practice going? Hop on my boob. But at nighttime, if she's having a hard time sleeping, so be it. Anyways, check in for day 13 of Charlie's countdown until she's 1. And look how big she is. Oh, Charlie. I love you. You dancing? Dance, dance, dance. Can you press the music? Where's the music? No, I guess not. All right, talk to you guys later. Charlie, say bye-bye. Good job.